everybody. This is another episode of The Architects. Today we got Indoe, singer, songwriter, actor, coming on the show today. We're going to interview her.
You start. All we're going to do is ask basically a bunch of questions or whatever, go back and forth and stuff like that. So we want to tell you thank you for stopping through. We appreciate having you on the show.
No doubt. Thanks for having me.
For sure.
No.
Go ahead.
Okay. So we're going to get right into the questions. We're going to go back and forth. First question. You posted on IG that you wrote a song as a teen that Kelly Rowland sang. Can you tell us how you came about that? How that came about, I guess, the backstory of it, I want to say.
Sure. I started songwriting at a very young age. At that time, I was signed to Tricky Stewart and Mark Stewart at Red Zone Entertainment. And I was working with Shakespeare and a few of the artists they were working with, Soleil Pink and stuff like that. And we just was vibing out. And I came up with the song, and the girls really liked the song for the album. So Beyonce and Kelly decided to use the song for Writings on the Wall, and they sold 10 many records.
Wow.
That's pretty much it.
That's what's up.
That's definitely what's up. Yeah, you got
There's my flashback right there.
Damn.
Oh, damn. Okay. That's what's up. Yeah. Heck yeah. Hey, you got a great writing resume, writing for Destiny Child and Beyonce, Wycliffe and Lauryn Hill and stuff like that.
Well, in between that transition time, growing up, we're kind of all from the same area. So I was also signed to refugee camp for quite a while. They invited me on tour, and I just done some background things and some refugee refugee camp remixes and stuff like that. Vibed out with them. Did a lot of songwriting at like the House of Music in West Orange, New Jersey. That was run by Kool and the Gang's family at the time, and we just, we just stay connected.
Cool. What songs like on Writing on the Wall did you write?
She Can't Love You.
Okay.
She Can't Love You. Number 13. Yes.
Track 13.
Heck yeah.
Who was your favorite musician that you've worked with during your career, and why?
I would have to say, in terms of sitting in the studio working together, I would probably go with Giovanni Salah and Super Cat. That was, I think, one of my funnest sessions ever. I did a Girls Town remix, which I sang the hook on, which was also another top 40s hit that I scored on Billboard at the same time that I did Big L. And it was by Giovanni, but he was a remix king at the time. He was doing hits for various artists, from Let the Beat Hit 'Em to Sibel, Where'd the Love Go, to Big L MVP, which I also am in the video for that. And I was like 15 and 14, so I was just happy to be there. But the session that I had with Super Cat was unforgettable. I mean, let's just say it was a smoke-filled session.
Okay.
Like, really, he's not to be played with. But it was so fun, and they were like my big brothers, and I had an amazing time.
Yeah, that's a good. Okay, that's what's up.
Yeah, that's heck of cool. So I see you got the single Big Flex. Is there anything else coming with that, like an album or anything? Or?
Well, yes, I'm releasing that in spring of 2022. I have 3 singles out. Big Flex is my most recent. I'm almost at 100,000 streams with that on Spotify. And that just got released around the midsummer to the end of summer. So it's been doing fairly well. But ironically, the public chooses what they want. My single Deep Hazardly has winded up on major Canadian radio within the last 2-3 months. Okay. So now I'm playing on G 98.7, which is one of Canada's and Toronto's biggest radio stations, and it's on regular rotation, as well as the second sophomore single is Nerve, which now they're throwing into rotation at the end of December. So I'm really excited to see that international fans will go back and find music that they like, and it's brand new to them. It speaks to them even now, which is really, really cool. Also, I had Nicki Minaj's little sister reposted on her story. I was so shocked. I was just like looking, and somebody's like, "Girl, did you know Nicki Minaj's little sister posted you on her story?"
Right.
I'm like, "Girl," and she reached out to me, and all the high school friends, I guess, at Murrow School in New York City, they all reached out. They followed me. They were like, "We love your single." They're TikToking to it. I was like, that was my first thing. I thought it would be more into the rap singing side of things that I'm putting out now. But they just loved it. And my Shazam account is going crazy. I'm just like, wow, people just really connected, I think, with where R&B is going right now that that's coming more to the forefront. I think a lot of people are just connecting with real, relatable, heartfelt music, So that's very good, because I'm like new 90s. I love R&B. My ear was trained top 40s and 90s. And as I got older, it's just like a sound that remained with me. But because I kept going and kept writing and keep working with young artists and newer artists, it became current. And I was just able to kind of like find my own niche of like new 90s, but still new. So it's really exciting to explore that new genre now.
Hell
Yeah, that's what's up. Hey, so I'm gonna get into this. Is something like outside of this is probably this. I guess for the viewers that just want to know what's your routine for making yourself look attractive and keeping yourself active in the industry. I'm talking like your gym time, beauty routine, time management. What kind of food?
Oh yeah,
do you
there's
eat?
a lot of that.
Yeah, yeah.
That keeps me on time management because, us ladies, we can get into all kind of self-care routines that take a long time and going to different stylists, hairstylists. It's time consuming, so you got to make sure, especially when you're doing set stuff, that like you're early to set because as you know, on time is late. So a lot of it has to do with great diet and nutrition. I'm also a SAG actor, so I do a lot of set work and, the directors want to see that what they hired you for is what you look like when you come. So they don't want you having that extra 30 pounds, none of that. So I love to swim. I go to the jacuzzi. I sauna Lifetime Gym, shout out. I love them. And I do a lot of that. I use pretty much all organic skincare and body care and hair care, a lot of Black owned businesses, which I'm very much a fan of. And I do a lot of prayer. I mean, I pretty much just, moisturize, pray and stay in the gym and just kind of, keep up with trends in terms of hair and makeup, through networking and working with like new and celebrity makeup and hair artists.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's a good insight.
Yeah. How did you get into acting?
I started a while ago, probably around 20 is when I got like my first, break in terms of like starting to be eligible for the union.
Oh, okay.
And so I think Interpreter with Will Smith and Nicole Kidman was my first like role. I just kind of walked through the scene. And from there, I just kind of like started to getting to know the directors. As you know, New York is a very small pool for African-American actresses.
Oh, yeah.
So you see a lot of the same directors, you see a lot of the same actresses. So once you show up on time, once you do your job good, once your silent dialogue is on point, they will start to give you a lot more work. So maybe in the last 5 years, I think I've worked more in the last 5 years than I've ever worked. I've done 3 seasons on Orange is the New Black as a core featured actor background. I did a role with Mahershala Ali as a love interest in Roxanne, which was the top 3rd movie watched in 2018 on Netflix, as well as it won the Sundance Award that year. So that was really exciting. He won, I think, the Oscar 6 months later for Hidden Figures, which was incredible.
Right.
And with him was such a learning experience because when you work with big actors like that, you learn so much in such a short amount of time, but you have to be a quick study. Like if they tell you to pick up something, there's really like no room for error. And that whole day we spent in a car that had like no air conditioning. It was like an 80s Chevrolet type of a old school car because it was shooting back from, when Roxanne Shante was there. And Shante, the actor that's now starring in the new Michael B. Jordan movie as his love interest, was the lead role besides him and Nia Long. And so I was stuck in this car with Mahershala for about 5 hours, no air condition, but I just had to smile and grin and bear it. And he was like, we're going to get napkins, don't worry. And then makeup people kept, my makeup was running. It was crazy, but I learned so much in that time. And I feel like the directors, they just know who to cast and capture because I feel like I maybe could have tried harder, but when I saw the actual scene, I was like, I couldn't have done any better. So I'm just really proud. I think that's one of my most proudest to date moments. I also did the finale on Power with Raina playing my lookalike daughter and had a role with Omari where he came up to me and grabbed the girl and we kind of had this like exchange. So it was really cool. Like I've been doing, I also did the 20th episode of with Snoop Dogg of Law and Order. And I played the best friend and entourage of the main character, which was the singer. And I was in the hospital with them. And so just being around that entire cast, Ice-T, Orlando Brown, and like being in the room with these incredible actors was just such a humbling experience for me. So I think acting is a big passion for me that I want to pursue more in the future.
That's what I was going to ask. Do you see yourself transitioning more towards the acting or are you going to like just do both?
I think I'm going to still do both. It goes hand in hand. Honestly, I just go with what the public likes. The directors seemingly call me a lot of the time for roles. So I go to them. But at the same time, I have, radio asking me, can we put your songs in regular rotation? We're getting a lot of responses. So I'm just kind of going with the flow. God is good.
What do you think about the state of R&B right now? like today? I know you mentioned something about the '90s because I think that's the heyday of R&B as far as I think. I mean, I've been around. What do you think about the R&B state of today?
I agree with that. I agree that a lot of the newer artists are really reaching back for that sound. I feel like when I listen to artists like Chris Brown and Tory Lanez and all kind of like the newer, R&B artists, I feel like I hear essences of 90s music. And even some of the rotations, they're still playing some of the best R&B is from, that era between then and 2010. So I just feel like it's a resurgence of R&B at this point. They're finally, I noticed there's a trend even towards like label signing where they're really looking for strong R&B artists. Whereas before it was like, if you didn't trap rap, you didn't mumble rap, like we're kind of on a shelf. Like we love you, but if you can't sound like, a specific sound, then, we're looking for, more trap singing. So I was always a rap singer. I had a background in rap. My last rap project that I did on MC Light's last studio album. I did a verse and wrote part of her verse on as well. And that's the last album that she put out. But once again, I was really young, but I kind of had a background in hip hop, working with Refugee Camp, working with Big L. And it kind of just transitioned into singing because I also am a worship singer at church. And I just know that R&B I feel like it's not going anywhere. At this point, I feel like younger generation is finally getting a chance through some artists like Summer Walker and Snow Allegra and SZA are really bringing R&B back to the forefront. Obviously, Beyonce, of course, keeping R&B alive because, that heartfelt music, that soul, we're missing a lot of that. You know what I mean? And I feel like now with the state of the world, the state of affairs, people really holding on to relationships, family, that they really want to hear something that speaks to the heart. So that's right where I want to be. And that's, what my music naturally is. So I think it's going to be a big resurgence of R&B, honestly.
Yeah, I think so. You hold you got a lot of hats that you wear. I see you bring up the writing, you bring up the songs, you sing, you're an actor. How do you juggle all of that stuff? I don't mean to cut you off, Rello.
No, you good.
How do you juggle all of that? I know you probably touched on it a little bit earlier, but how do you, all of those hats that you wear, like how do you find time to, let me divvy the time up so I can do this particular,
Yeah, it's scheduling is very, very important because, like on days like today, I might have this, but a lot of the time, a lot of the set work, luckily for me, is Monday through Friday because most of the, the SAG representatives and stuff have to come to the set and make sure everything is good. And that's usually like a Monday through Friday thing. So I tend to like juggle most of my acting things during the work week. And then I try to schedule a lot of my, like, like the concert stuff. A lot of that's like Saturdays, Sundays. So it's, not too hard to do that. It's just that not getting overloaded and not spreading myself too thin is where I'm kind of like learning to manage my time because sometimes you just got to say no. Okay.
Yeah, right.
And you cherry pick, your projects because what you represent is a reflection of you. So you might, want to be exposed so much, but you might go on the wrong show or the wrong setting. And now you're associated with that. And that might be a little off brand and you confuse people. So I just try to stay consistent. I take advice from my team a lot of the time. I let them do a lot because like you said, I wear a lot of hats and that's kind of like not my downfall, but it's something that I've had to learn to delegate to other people because they're like, girl, you can't be the this, and this. We just want you to be the artist. Or when you go to set, if you're too busy, thinking about this or that with your music career, it comes across when you're acting.
Yeah.
So I like be in the moment in every separate thing that I do.
That's crucial right there. I know that's crucial right there to be in the moment. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Get it all on point like that. I know. Yeah. I was gonna say like when you said like having 20 million records sold between all the artists that you worked with, like that's amazing. But did you think that was going to be the outcome? Like when you first got started?
No way. I was born in Brooklyn and my father lived in Hermosa Beach for most of my life. So I kind of just went back and forth between East and West Coast. I think my first inclination that I had something that was not just normal was when, right before he passed, my friend is shares a son with Corrupt. And she's, very familiar with a lot of the Dog Pound, Dr. Dre, and her name is Andrea Kelly. And she works with Stelly Entertainment, which is a production house that has shows on Amazon and so forth. And she was kind of like mentoring me as my older sister, but we wanted to be in a singing group. And our third member was going to be Maia Campbell. And so just didn't work out with Maia at the time, I guess, because she was doing other projects. But she said, I'm coming to New York. You're in the refugee camp studio. I'm going to come by and I'm going to grab you and I'm going to bring Jam Master Jay. And he came to my city. She literally pulled up in his little car and we sang in the back seat for him. And that's when I was like, whoa, I'm literally in Montclair, New Jersey, in a whole parking lot with Grandmaster Jay singing, like, I think it was Ribbon on the Sky. I think we sung White Intro. And he loved it. You know what happened shortly thereafter. But it was just, okay, if I can get in a room with these type of artists and they're going out of their way to come see about me, or Big L comes out of his way and says, listen, you know, I have a chance to have someone like Lauryn Hill, because the label really wanted Lauryn Hill on MVP. And he was like, I want her. And I just was like, I was floored because I'm like, I was really just starting out. I'm not even legal. And, you know, like, just say you're 18, girl. And I was like, okay. And all these huge names were just like, we want to work with you. So I really think it had to be God because, you know, it was just amazing for me to, like I said, people just really kind of like flocked to me. You know what I mean? It wasn't something that, I mean, I did audition, but I didn't know these people from Adam. It was like, I just worked with the right production houses and I was a lot of demoing. And when the artists would hear the demos, they'd be like, oh, we want to work with her. So that's really how that started.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that longevity, that's good. Like,
no, that's it for me.
We do the gun violence as well. And so right before he passed away, actually, he had called the producer I mentioned earlier and was like, I would love to do another song. And then he passed away. And then obviously I moved on to other things. But, you know, it was incredible because he really had not been doing songs with female artists, as was not Super Cat, which is around the same time. And so I think probably my greatest accomplishment at that time, which I definitely didn't expect, was to chart on top 40 with 2 songs at the same time with, if you look at the actual chart, which I posted on my Instagram, it's like, I got 5 on it, Shimmy Shimmy Ya, Baby Baby by Brandy. But above that is like Girls Town, Super Cat. And then right below that is like MVP. So I was just looking at the Billboard like, I can't believe this is my life. You know, I'm not even an adult. And here it is. There I knew like it was for me. You know, it was for me to continue going.
That's what's up. Well, we the show called The Architects or whatever, and the reason the show called The Architects because we give the flowers to the architects, and you are an architect, being a screenwriter, you are a creator of these masterpieces. So, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. I like that little intro you did right there, man.
Well, you want to give a little background.
Yeah. That's what's up, man. We had to use that for Hey, Indoe, how did you get your name? How'd you come up with your name?
Well, I was kind of given that name. I won't talk about why.
Okay, fair enough.
What we'll say now, what I say is that my last name is Lindo, which means beautiful in Spanish. So I kind of just did a contraction of India and Lindo, and now we got Indoe.
I got you. I got you.
So that's where we're at right now.
Okay,
that's what's up.
Heck yeah. Okay, well, I guess you can let the audience know like where they can find your music and find everything or whatever you want to tell us.
Yeah, I mean, on all streaming platforms and on all my social media platforms, my YouTube channel as well, you can find me at Love, like Love, Indoe, one word, Love Indoe, on all streaming platforms and all social media platforms.
Cool. Yeah, make sure y'all check that out. Check her out.
Please do. Please do.
And we definitely appreciate you stopping through, taking the time to talk to us today. And we wish you much success.
Thank you.
Much success.
Yeah. I know I'm tongue-tied over here. I'm tripping.
I was like, should I do a little silent night or something? So y'all know, like, I don't need auto-tune. I'm the real type.
Hey, you can put it to them. Yeah, you can let them know. Yeah.
Okay, y'all. Silent night. Holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round yon virgin mother and child, holy infant, so tender and found, sleep in heavenly peace. heavenly peace. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Hey, Merry Christmas. That's what's up.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Hey, we appreciate that.
Hey, we definitely appreciate you blessing us with that. And
Thank you.
so I guess you get ready to close it out, man. And
hey, this has been another episode of The Architects. Special guest Indoe on here. Signing out, this is Jay.
and this Rello.
Catch y'all next episode.